Hey everyone, it's Bevin, and I'm here with Bear. Hi Bear. Bear, say hi to the people. Uh, this is the Lesbian Tea Basket, my web series where I rate tea and reclaim tea parties for lesbians where they belong. Um, Today on the Lesbian Tea Basket, I am reviewing what is this called? It's TSalon's red tea called Silence. I'm really excited about this. But first, Tea Basketeers, I have so many things to catch up with you on. So our last episode was like before Christmas. So what you need to know about Christmas and me is that I was born on Christmas Eve, which means that it was also my birthday. So there were a lot of things happening over this holiday, and I got terribly sick. I had the flu of all flus. I didn't actually believe that I was sick until like the day before my birthday when I finally talked to a doctor and they said, have you been taking it easy? And I said, I've been taking it normal. And they don't really know what normal is for me, but normal for me is a lot harder than for regular folk. So they said, yeah, you should be resting, in your bed under the covers. So with that directive, I took to my bed. And the great thing about being sick on your birthday / Christmas is that you really get to enjoy, you just fully just steep, just like tea, in the attention from your birthday. So all day long on Christmas Eve, I'm getting like all these great posts from people like on my Facebook wall and emails, and I had a bunch of packages to open. So that was really exciting. So I like sat in my sick bed surrounded by presents and I just opened them up. And delightfully, many of my friends from far and wide had sent me tea for my birthday, knowing about my new passion for tea because of this web series. So my friend Garrett, who is living in the middle of the country, I met him in Minneapolis, but now he's living in Missouri, sent me this, which was his very favorite tea, and he knew that he wanted to find it for me, so he ordered it special on the internet. It's from TSalon, which is like, can you even see that? It's sort of reflecty. It's a specialty loose leaf tea. I was really excited about it because on the packaging, and this was the first tea that I tried of all the teas that I got, because it says it aids in insomnia, headaches, and relieves nausea and allergies. And part of my flu symptoms was intense nausea. Like I could barely move, and even when I wasn't moving, I felt like I was going to be sick, even though I wasn't going to be sick. It was bananas. And so what I did was I immediately, and Mackenzie, one of my BFFs was there. She totally took her Christmas Eve night to come spend with me while I was sitting at home sick. And so she was just like, you should make that right now. And I was like, yeah, I should. So I brewed some up. Luckily, I don't actually have any loose tea in my house. The Lesbian Tea Basket, this is the first loose tea. I also got some others as gifts that I'll review later. So I don't actually have a lot of tea accoutrement, which I think is surprising as a lesbian. I have a lot of tea, I just don't have accoutrement. So I'm looking forward to reviewing some in a forthcoming episode. But luckily, my butch ironworker roommate happened to have one of those little wire tea ball things. So I found it in our drawer of kitchen bullshit, and I put some of this tea in. It's actually really beautiful to look at. So I don't know if you'll be able to tell what with the glare. But see, like it's just this sort of beautiful. Isn't it amazing how close to potpourri tea is? And it smells amazing. And so I brewed it up and I used my new mug, which I'll explain the mug story in a minute. That was also part of my gifts. It was all just a beautiful night. And what could have been a sort of mediocre night. Now, the tea actually helped my nausea. I felt better. I mean, I didn't feel 100%. I wasn't going to go back to taking it normal. But I certainly did feel good. I mean, like better than I had, 5 minutes before, which from a tea, like that's really asking for the most a tea can do for you, which is to make you feel better than you did before you drank it. So I was totally in. I haven't tried it with a headache yet, but I sort of felt a headache coming on earlier tonight, so we'll see how I feel in a few minutes. it's the flavor itself. You definitely can taste the rose. It's not a very strong flavor, but it's a nice flavor. It's not like just drinking hot water, like I complain with a lot of the teas I've been trying. It definitely has a flavor, but it's not an overwhelming flavor. And actually, I think that's sort of the perfect tea to drink when you just want something to settle your stomach, or to make you feel better. I don't think if you really wanted like something that was high flavor, it's like, I don't think you want high flavor when you feel like everything wants to make you barf. So I'm going to go ahead and be excited about the taste. I want to talk to you about the packaging. Now, TSalon has a long a long passage, essay even. It's multi-paragraph. It's something a fourth grader could write. So they're talking about how tea is a living, feeling art, and we are dedicated to sharing this healing way of life with others around the world. And then they go on to talk about being deeply concerned with the state of the earth, and they're taking part in a cultural turnaround by being environmentally responsible while encouraging other businesses to follow. They have a whole mission. They're very serious about themselves on the side of this box. They also have the big quote, which I enjoy, which says, "Allow tea to elevate your spirit," which I think is soul warming. I talk a lot on this webcast thing about tea warming your soul, and I feel like that warms my soul a little. So do the reuse, reduce, recycle instructions on the inside of this container. They really do wonders with what you can do with this container. But I'll probably reuse it. It's pretty handy. I'm a crafter, so I always need somewhere to keep my vintage baubles. Okay, so that's this tea. I'm going to go ahead and give TSalon's Silence Blend a solid 4 labri out of 5. It's not the greatest tea in the whole wide world, but it's a really good tea that delivers its promises and makes me feel good about it, and so I think it's great. And I want to send a special thank you out there to Garrett for sending me tea. I really appreciate it. So the mug was also something I got on my birthday, and this is actually a trade I made with my big sister from my sorority. I was in a sorority when I was in college at UC Davis. Go Aggies. Lambda Delta Lambda, which is a lesbian sorority, because I decided when I was a senior in college I needed more lesbian friends, and I had always wanted to be in a sorority, but I couldn't afford it. But Lambda Delta Lambda's dues were like $30 a year, not like a whole extra quarter's tuition payment, which is what the traditional Greek sororities were. So I was like, win-win. So I rushed to the sorority. I made a lot of really great friends. I had a really incredible senior year, and had a wild time. So my big sis Sam suggested that we do a trade, because I had done some merch for my blog, which you can check out. I'll put a little link on the side of the YouTube to my merch. So she wanted one of my unicorn hankies. It's Gumdrop, the fat unicorn. He's got a little gold unicorn. And for one of her Bitches Get Shit Done mugs. It's not shit. Sorry. Bitches Get Stuff Done mugs. And it's hard to show that it says that under there. I just thought that it would be a white ceramic mug with that logo on it, but it's not. It's like a nice handmade mug. It's really beautiful. I'm sure Sam made it herself. She's very artistic and amazing like that. And it says "Bitches Get Stuff Done" at the bottom. So if you're enjoying tea with your friends, you might just flash a little bit of that. So it was amazing. I would actually really love a whole set of these eventually. So maybe I'll make still more Gumdrop handkerchiefs, and we'll just keep sending them across the country to each other. So anyway, all in all, soul-warming Christmas, soul-warming tea. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Lesbian Tea Basket. I'll see you soon, Tea Basketeers.